30 engineers failed, but a broke delivery driver solved it all before it even began. Tell us where you're watching this video from. Enjoy the story. Chaos ruled the sleek headquarters of Navarro Tech. Giant screens flickered with red alerts. Critical security failure. Emergency reboot in progress. Engineers scrambled, shouting orders no one followed. At the center, unshaken, stood Andrew Navarro, CEO of America's top tech empire. His steely eyes showed no fear, no doubt. 30 seconds, he said, glancing at his smartwatch. If no one fixes this, you're all fired. We're trying, sir, an engineer stammered, sweat beading. The system's rejecting all commands. Andrew didn't reply. He crossed his arms, waiting, as if he knew collapse was coming. Then the emergency doors burst open. Heads turned. Lemon iced tea, no sugar, and a whole grain tofu sandwich, a woman's voice rang out. She stormed in, breathless, her t-shirt soaked with sweat. It was Amelia Carter, a delivery driver for a gig app, clearly out of place. Ma'am, this is a restricted area, someone barked. Isn't this the 32nd floor? Order number 49, it's in the system. Get out now! Relax, I'm just dropping off. My client's Andrew Navarro. The room froze. Andrew turned, eyeing her. You know who I am? Duh, your name's on the app. She flashed her phone. Order placed at 11:42. You're a minute late, he said, voice icy. Traffic, she huffed. Whatever, here's your food. Amelia handed over the bag, oblivious to the stares, then spotted the massive screen behind Andrew. That system, you're trying to reboot it with the cache active. An engineer scoffed. What, the delivery girl's an expert now? No, but that code, Amelia pointed. If it keeps running, it'll lock into defense mode and brick everything. Andrew stepped closer. You understand this? A bit. Studied computer science at UCLA, dropped out junior year. Can I try? Andrew scanned the room. The engineers looked away. Go ahead. Amelia approached the panel, tapped the screen, opened a hidden code line, typed commands, unplugged a cable, and rerouted power to a backup source. 3 seconds later, the screen flashed. System stable. Access restored. Alarms silenced. Lights normalized. Dead quiet. Did it work? She asked, confused by the stares. Andrew checked the screen, then her. Your name? Amelia Carter. Can I go? Got deliveries. Wait, she turned. Want a job? Nah, I'm good. She bolted, hopping on her beat-up scooter, weaving through rainy Seattle streets, unaware 30 cameras had caught her every move. Her face was already viral in tech forums, Slack channels, and social media. Half an hour later, in a dim Navarro Tech boardroom, Andrew replayed the security footage, studying Amelia's every gesture. Amelia Carter, he whispered. Across Seattle, Amelia walked into her cramped apartment, clutching a plastic bag with rice and eggs. Mom, I'm home! A frail woman in a wheelchair, Mary Carter, smiled weakly. How'd it go, honey? Same old. Hustle, hustle. Rain's holding off. Soup sound good? As Amelia changed her shirt and washed her hands, 2 men watched from a parked car outside. That her? One asked, adjusting his cap. Yeah, Navarro wants us to track the delivery girl from the incident. What's he want with her? No clue, but when Navarro says jump, we jump. The next morning, Amelia froze at a newsstand. The cover of Tech Insider screamed, Delivery driver solves crisis 30. Engineers couldn't. Who is Amelia Carter? Her heart raced. No, this'll screw me over. Too late. Around the corner, a sleek black Tesla pulled up. The window rolled down. It was him. Amelia, Andrew said, a faint smile playing on his lips. I've been looking for you. Her eyes widened. What? I need your help again. Amelia stepped back, nearly tripping on a cracked sidewalk. Look, I was just doing my job. Dumb luck. Andrew's gaze didn't waver. like he could see through her. The Tesla gleamed, drawing stares from passers-by. "Luck," he smirked. "No one cracks dynamic encryption in seconds by luck." "I gotta work," she said, adjusting her backpack. "How much you make a day?" "That's personal. I'll double it for one special delivery." He handed her a black card with gold lettering. She hesitated, then took it. "That's the address. 7 p.m. sharp. Don't be late." The window closed, and the car glided away, leaving her holding the card like it might explode. In Navarro Tech's minimalist office, Andrew stared at a screen pulling every scrap of data on Amelia Carter. She'd quit UCLA's computer science program in her 3rd year, despite stellar grades and a full scholarship. Lived on campus until her dad died. Julian, his assistant of 10 years, stood by the door. "Why someone that sharp delivering food?" Andrew muttered, more to himself. "Maybe she's hiding something," Julian offered. Andrew swiveled, gazing out at Seattle's skyline. "Keep digging. I want everything." A news alert popped up from 3 years ago. Famous chef accused of poisoning diners at upscale restaurant. The photo showed a middle-aged man with Amelia's same determined smile. "Interesting," Andrew whispered. A criminal's daughter would want to vanish. At a corner bodega, Amelia was buying painkillers for her mom when a voice cut through. "A murderer's kid shouldn't be out here." She froze, gripping the box. Sylvia Larson, an old UCLA classmate, sneered from the aisle, her blonde hair perfect, her smile venomous. "Thought you disappeared after they locked up your sat," Sylvia said loudly, for all to hear. "How's it feel, being the daughter of a guy who nearly killed 15 people? Amelia counted to 3 in her head. "My dad was innocent," she said, not turning. Sylvia laughed. "Sure, that's why he offed himself in jail. Innocent guys always do that." Amelia's hands shook, but her phone buzzed. A text from her mom. "Don't forget my meds. Love you." She paid and left, ignoring the stares. "Coward, just like your dad," Sylvia yelled. 3 years ago, Amelia's world collapsed. Her father, James Carter, a celebrated chef, was accused of poisoning desserts at Seattle's elite Emerald Bistro. 2 weeks after his arrest, he was found dead in his cell. Amelia dropped out of UCLA to care for her mom, whose health crumbled from the trauma. At home, she found her 12-year-old brother, Ethan, tinkering under the sink. "What are you doing?" "It's leaking again," he muttered. "Waste water." Amelia smiled sadly. Ethan had their dad's stubborn streak. "Mom's asleep," he added. "She's wiped." Amelia checked on Mary, asleep beside a faded photo of James, grinning with his last award-winning dish. Her phone rang. Mark, her gig app boss. "Amelia, you're done. No more shifts." "What? Why?" "You sneak into a high-security office, then hit every news outlet? That's bad for our brand." "Mark, I need this job." "Drop off the uniform tomorrow." Click. Amelia sank to the kitchen floor, back against the cold wall. Another job gone. She barely covered her mom's meds. Then she remembered Andrew's black card. Maybe that special delivery was her only shot. At 7:02 p.m., she parked her rusty bike outside the Pinnacle, Seattle's ritziest restaurant. Dressed in her least worn jeans and a borrowed blouse, she faced the valet's sneer. "Service entrance is back there." "I'm here for Andrew Navarro," she said, chin up. "He invited me." The valet snorted. "Sure, and I'm Elon Musk." A silver Aston Martin pulled up. Andrew stepped out, impeccable in a tailored suit. The valet scurried to him, ignoring Amelia. "Your table's ready, Mr. Navarro." Andrew glanced at Amelia. "You're late," he said, checking his platinum watch. 2 minutes. I biked. He eyed her bike, then her clothes. "Let's go." Inside the 5-star restaurant, Amelia felt every stare. Tables brimmed with tech moguls, celebrities and politicians, their designer clothes glinting under chandeliers. Andrew led her to a private table overlooking Seattle's twinkling skyline. "What am I doing here?" she asked once alone. "I'm offering you a job. Cybersecurity." She laughed bitterly. I didn't finish college. I don't care about degrees. I care about results. A waiter brought champagne flutes. Andrew waved him off. Why me? You don't know me. His gaze was cold but curious. You fixed in seconds what my experts couldn't in an hour. That got my attention. You dug into my past, didn't you? You know about my dad. A flicker in his eyes. I know he was a gifted chef, and supposedly a criminal. Supposedly, she spat. What do you say? Her throat tightened. He was innocent. He'd never hurt anyone. Cooking was his life. The waiter returned with artful plates. Amelia eyed hers warily, memories churning. My dad cooked better, she muttered. You cook too? Learned from him, she said, tasting cautiously. But I never followed through. Andrew leaned in, his intensity unnerving yet magnetic. I have a proposal. More like a test, he clarified. What kind? Tomorrow, at Navarro Tech, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. sharp. If I say no? He smiled cryptically. I lose my time, and you lose a chance. Dinner passed in tense silence. Amelia couldn't pin down what this man wanted. As they left, a sleek woman in a black designer dress approached, her smile sharp. Andrew, what a surprise, she said, sizing up Amelia with disdain. Your new intern? Monica Larson, Andrew said coolly. Didn't expect you here. Amelia's stomach dropped. Larson, like Sylvia. You know each other? Andrew asked, catching her shift. Not really, Amelia said, staring at Monica. But I know your daughter, Sylvia. Monica's eyes gleamed. Wait, you're James Carter's daughter? The chef who tried to poison my husband? Amelia's world tilted. My father was innocent, she said reflexively. Monica laughed, venom dripping. Your father was a failure who couldn't handle competition. He tried to kill Richard by jealousy. Andrew watched, silent. Richard Larson, restaurant chain tycoon, Monica added. My husband nearly died because of your father. Amelia's blood boiled. It was a setup. My dad would never. The evidence said otherwise, darling. So did the jury. Amelia stepped forward, but Andrew gently grabbed her arm. We're done here, Monica, he said firmly. Good night. To Amelia, Monica purred. Be careful who you hire, Andrew. Bad blood always shows. As she sauntered off, Amelia shook with rage. Now you see why I can't take your job, she said, pulling free. All of Seattle thinks I'm a killer's kid. And that stops you from proving them wrong? I've tried. No one listens. I didn't say convince them, Andrew said. I said prove it. A spark flared in her. How? Tomorrow. Find out. He climbed into his car, leaving her torn between fear and intrigue. That night, Amelia found an eviction notice on her table. 3 months unpaid rent. Ethan slept on the couch, clutching one of their dad's old cookbooks. She stared at James's photo, his warm smile. What would you say, Dad? Her phone buzzed. Andrew. Limo's there at 8:30. Don't be late. She looked at the eviction notice, then Ethan, then her dad's picture. I have to try, Dad. For us. Elsewhere, Andrew pored over Ernesto's case files. Autopsies, testimonies, police reports. Something was off. Julian entered. Found something weird, sir. Toxicology reports from the poisoning case have gaps. Andrew's eyes narrowed. Keep digging. Have it ready by morning. On his laptop, James's face sat beside Amelia's. Same grit, same quiet strength. Andrew shut it. Tomorrow's gonna be something. At 8:27 a.m., Amelia stood on her cracked sidewalk, in her borrowed blouse and clean jeans. Ethan watched from the window. First time I've seen a real limo, he gasped. She forced a smile. Don't wait up for lunch. Watch Mom. You working for the rich guy? Maybe. Just seeing what he wants. The limo pulled up, empty. As it drove, her gritty neighborhood, sagging houses, tangled wires, corner stores, faded into glassy towers and polished streets. At Navarro Tech's gleaming headquarters, a crisp receptionist led her to the top floor. A glass-walled boardroom held suits staring as she entered. Andrew sat at the head, calm as ever. "Ladies and gentlemen, Amelia Carter." They sized her up. One coughed, annoyed. "Andrew, a word in private?" asked a gray-haired man, Edward. Of course, Edward. Amelia, wait in my office." Alone in the CEO's sleek office, awards, diplomas, a killer city view, no personal photos, she felt small. Andrew returned with Edward and 2 others. "This is outrageous," Edward snapped. "Hiring a criminal's daughter for cybersecurity? It's a liability." Amelia flushed. "My dad was innocent." "Your opinion doesn't matter, girl," Edward shot back. "Facts do." Andrew stayed cool. "Facts say Amelia solved a crisis none of you could. She got lucky." "Then let's test it," Andrew said, eyeing Amelia. "Tonight, at the company's charity gala." "Wasn't it here?" she asked, thrown. "Plans changed. Investors, global partners, formal dinner." "What's that got to do with me?" "The chef's Amélie Dubois. 3 Michelin stars. You said your dad cooked better. Prove it." The room went silent. "You're saying she competes with Amélie Dubois?" Edward gaped. "Exactly," Andrew said. "If Amelia outcooks her, she gets a job and $50,000. "If I lose?" Amelia asked. "You go back to deliveries. No worse off." Edward smirked. "Bet she can't even fry an egg." Amelia's eyes flashed. "I'm in." The Navarro Tech Gala sparkled in a downtown ballroom, gold lights and elegant tables buzzing with Seattle's elite. In the kitchen, Amelia, in a plain white apron over her jeans, watched Amélie Dubois command her team like a general. Tall, hair in a tight bun, every move precise. Spotting Amelia, she frowned. "You're the challenger?" Her French accent dripped disdain. "Cooking here takes skill, not luck." Amelia ignored her, studying ingredients, plotting her dish. Andrew appeared at the kitchen door, sharp in a tux. "Ready for the challenge?" "Oui," Amélie sniffed. "But this is absurd." Andrew laid out the rules. Each prepares a main course. Guests taste blind. Winner by vote. "Not fair," Amelia protested. "She has a whole crew." "Pick an assistant," Andrew offered. Amelia scanned the kitchen. All Amelie's people. Then she spotted a kid scrubbing pots. "Him," she said. The boy blinked. "I'm just the dishwasher." "Your name?" "Leo." "You're my assistant." Amélie laughed. "Perfect. A dishwasher for a delivery girl." The challenge began. Amelia froze at first, overwhelmed. "What do I do?" Leo whispered, jittery. She exhaled, recalling her dad. "Cooking's not recipes, it's storytelling." "Olive oil, thyme, rosemary, that steak," she pointed. "We're telling a story." Her hands steadied. Leo watched, awed, following her lead. Amélie glanced over, her smugness fading. Guests filled the ballroom. Andrew observed from the doorway. "This is a mistake, but Edward hissed. "She'll embarrass us." "We'll see." "Time up." 2 dishes hit the judges' table. Amélie's ornate French creation, and Amelia's simpler, fragrant plate. Andrew tasted hers first, eyes closing. "This feels familiar." He nodded at Amélie's with respect. Guests murmured, surprised. At one table, Monica Larson spotted Amelia. "That's the criminal chef's daughter," she said loudly. "I wouldn't touch her food. What if she's like her dad?" Amelia's heart sank. Andrew approached Monica, smile icy. "Mrs. Larson, ref down the dish, and you're out as a judge." "To the room. Anyone else? I'll pull funding from your ventures." Silence. "Continue." For commenters reading this far, drop "salad" in the comments. Only those here get it. Back to the story. Tension spiked as judges tasted. Amelia's hands shook. Leo gave her a reassuring pat. "You killed it," he whispered. Andrew took the stage, holding a gold envelope, face unreadable. "Ladies and gentlemen, the results are in. By 3 votes, the winner is Amelia Carter." The room buzzed. Emily's jaw dropped. Amelia blinked. "What?" "Decision's final," Andrew said, ignoring Monica's glare. Cameras flashed as he handed Amelia a check. $50,000 and a job at Navarro Tech, as promised. Her throat tightened. Rent, meds, Ethan's school. She could cover it all. "Thank you," she choked out. Andrew's smile felt real. "You earned it." Next morning, Amelia's name flooded headlines. Criminal's daughter, outcooks Michelin star. From delivery to elite chef. Genius or Navarro's risky bet. At her kitchen table, Mary clutched the check, trembling. $50,000, honey. Ethan bounced. "We're rich. New house." Amelia smiled, exhausted but hopeful. "Not that much, but it'll help." Her phone buzzed. Andrew. "Office. 10 a.m. We need to talk." Before she could reply, the doorbell rang. "Amelia Carter?" A man with a mic. "National news? Comment on claims you followed your father's criminal path to win?" Her stomach dropped. A news van screeched up, more reporters piling out. "Did your dad teach you poisoning tricks? How's it feel working for the company he tried to sabotage?" Questions stung like wasps. She slammed the door, breathing hard. "Again," she whispered. "They're doing it to him again." At Navarro Tech, Andrew watched sensationalist news, jaw tight. "Who leaked this garbage?" Julian entered with a tablet. "Sir, the board called an emergency meeting. They want Amelia fired." "And Richard Larson?" He gave an exclusive, dragging up the poisoning case. "Says you're risking everyone by hiring criminal DNA." Andrew killed the TV. Set up the meeting. Digged deeper on James Carter's case. Amelia arrived to cold stares, whispers, a double security check. In reception, a TV played Richard's interview. "I'm deeply concerned for Navarro Tech's stability. James Carter was unhinged, a danger. Who's to say his daughter isn't?" Amelia shivered. Richard, who ruined her dad, was coming for her. The boardroom doors burst open. Executives stormed out. Edward glared. "Happy? We lost 3 contracts because of you." Andrew emerged last. "Amelia, my office." In the silent elevator, he sighed. "We need to talk about your father." She bristled. "If you believe those lies—" "I don't," he cut in, "but I need the full truth." Her eyes welled. Dad was head chef at Emerald Bistro, Seattle's best. Richard Larson owned it. Dad's menus won awards, got press. He wanted to open his own place. Told Richard. A week later, 15 diners got sick. They found poison in the desserts. Arrested him that day. He swore he was framed. 2 weeks later, her voice broke. They found him in his cell. Hanged. Andrew opened a folder. "We found something. Autopsies don't add up. The poison doesn't match the symptoms." Her eyes widened. Someone faked it? Before they could dig deeper, Monica Larson stormed in with guards and a news crew. "Andrew Navarro!" she shrieked. "How dare you shield a criminal like her?" Andrew's face reddened. "Who let her in?" "My husband holds stakes in 3 of your suppliers," Monica sneered. Cameras swiveled to Amelia, frozen. "That woman's the daughter of a killer," Monica pointed. "She's just like him." "Enough!" Andrew roared, signaling guards. "Out! All of them!" As they dragged Monica out, she screamed, "You'll regret defending her, Andrew. The board's voting you out." Alone, Amelia shook. "I should go. I'm tanking your reputation." Andrew stared out the window, then turned, eyes blazing. "Know why your case hooked me, Amelia?" She shook her head. "We're alike. We both know injustice." He stepped closer. We'll clear your dad's name and find the real culprit. Rain poured as Andrew's Tesla stopped at Amelia's rundown street. Nosy neighbors peered from windows. Sure about this? Amelia asked, nervous. You don't need to come in. Think I'm too fancy for your place? No, it's not your vibe. He smirked. Think I was born rich? Before she could answer, he stepped into the storm, unfazed. She followed to her door. Inside, Ethan gaped from the couch, cartoons blaring. It's the rich guy from TV! Ethan! Amelia hissed. Andrew laughed. You must be Amelia's brother. I'm Andrew. You got a helicopter? 2, actually. Can I ride one? Ethan, check on Mom, Amelia cut in, mortified. Andrew scanned the room, pausing at a photo of James with a floral-plated dish. Your dad? Yeah, she said softly. Won Chef of the Year there. 6 months before it all crashed. A creak came from the next room. Mom's having a rough day, Amelia said, tense. In the small bedroom, Mary lay weak, but smiled at Andrew. Mom, this is Andrew Navarro, my friend. Pleasure, Mrs. Carter, he said, sitting beside her. What's a man like you doing here? Mary asked. Your daughter's remarkable, Mary beamed. Always has been. Like her father. Andrew leaned in. We're looking into his case. I think he was set up. Mary's eyes teared. No one ever believed us. James would never hurt anyone. As Amelia grabbed water, she returned to find them chatting like old friends. Mary livelier than she'd been in months. Outside, the storm raged. Looks like you're stuck, Amelia said, glancing out. I've survived worse, Andrew replied. When Mary dozed off, Amelia led him to the kitchen. Hungry? It's not much, but I can whip something up. Let me help. He shed his pricey jacket, rolled up his sleeves. She stared, amused. You cook? I manage. To her shock, he moved smoothly, chopping with precision. Where'd you learn? 3 years as a sous chef in San Francisco, pre-Navarro tech, worked under a Michelin star guy. She paused, stunned. No way. You never asked. They cooked a simple, savory meal, the aroma filling the house. Ethan bounded in. Smells awesome! Over dinner, Andrew loosened up, laughing, quizzing Ethan on video games and cars. Why'd you pick my sister? Ethan blurted. Andrew glanced at Amelia. She sees solutions where others see walls. Amelia blushed, unused to praise. After, Ethan roped Andrew into a makeshift chess game with bottle caps. Andrew faked a loss, hamming it up as Ethan won. You're a strategist, Andrew said, grinning. Think about business school. Amelia watched, a warmth stirring. Andrew, the polished CEO, joking with her kid brother like family. The storm eased near midnight. Andrew checked his buzzing phone. Trouble? Amelia asked. Nothing urgent. He stood. I should go. Thanks for dinner. It was different. Good different or bad? Definitely good. Their eyes locked, the air heavy. He left. Amelia leaned against the door, heart racing. You like him, Ethan teased. Shut it, she laughed, tossing a pillow, her flushed cheeks betraying her. Next morning, Andrew's text woke her. Turn on the TV. Ethan was already glued to it. A reporter droned. Last night, Navarro Tech CEO Andrew Navarro was spotted dining in a low-income Seattle neighborhood at the home of controversial Amelia Carter. Sources say shareholders are livid at his personal involvement. Richard Larson appeared, feigning concern. I warned about the risks of the Carter family. Monica followed, smirking. She's using her father's tactics, poisoning a powerful man's mind. Amelia's blood ran cold. Then, a bombshell. Breaking, Star Chef confirms Amelia Carter as a guest on its next episode, sparking viewer backlash. Her phone rang. Andrew. Saw the news? Yeah, she said, voice shaky. This could ruin you. I don't care, but Star Chef's a trap. Richard's the main sponsor. He wants to humiliate you live. She clenched her jaw. Then I'll go. I'll show the Carters aren't what he says. Star Chef's studio gleamed. Assistants buzzing. Crowd humming. Amelia waited backstage, hands trembling. Andrew had begged her not to go, but she insisted. It's my only shot to clear our name. 5 minutes out, a producer shouted. Other contestants, famous chefs with custom knives and smug grins, sneered at her plain apron. Nervous poisoner's kid? One taunted. Amelia ignored it. Her dad's words in her head. In the kitchen, it's not where you're from. It's what you create. The lights dimmed, theme music blared. Host Sammy Rivera bounded out, all teeth and charisma. Good evening, Seattle. Tonight, a special Lux Star Chef with our most controversial contestant yet. Boos mixed with cheers. Our judges, Chef Roberto Vega, critic Anna Stein, and special guest, Richard Larson. Amelia's stomach dropped. Richard's smile was pure malice. This was rigged. Sammy milked the drama, shoving a mic in her face. Amelia Carter, daughter of infamous chef James Carter, accused of poisoning 15 diners. How's it feel to be here? I'm here to cook, not dig up the past, she said firmly. The past always catches up, Sammy winked. Richard leaned in. I admire your guts, Amelia, given your family's history. The crowd snickered. The challenge? A signature dish in 60 minutes. Amelia's station was sabotaged. Dull knives, scratched pans, a faulty stove. Time starts now, Sammy yelled. She planned her dad's mushroom risotto, but found cheap rice instead of arborio. First trap, she thought, pivoting to a creamy rice dish. Judges circled. Odd technique, Roberto mocked. Dad teach you that before he, you know? He was a great chef, she shot back, focused. Richard smirked. Great chef? Couldn't tell sugar from poison. Her processor died mid-chop. Second trap. She hand-sliced. The stove barely heated. The blonde chef taunted. Tech issues, Carter? Amelia switched to the oven. With 15 minutes left, smoke poured out. Someone had cranked the heat. Fire in the kitchen, Sammy crowed. Her dish was charred. 12 minutes. Her dad's voice echoed. When all's lost, go simple. Find pure flavor. She salvaged herbs, veggies, spices, crafting a fresh vegetable tartare. 5 minutes. Done. Judges tasted. Richard went first, grimacing. Edible, but amateur. No place here. Roberto. Basic. Passable, but dull. Anna chewed slowly. This flavor, it's familiar. A familiar failure, Richard cut in. Like her father. The crowd laughed. Then, studio doors swung open. Andrew strode in with 2 lawyers. Sorry to interrupt, he said, voice steady, but I couldn't miss this farce. Murmurs rippled. Mr. Navarro, Sammy stammered. Here to watch? To set things straight. He faced the judges. If Amelia loses, Navarro Tech pulls its $50 million sponsorship. Gasps. That's blackmail, Richard roared. Business, Andrew said coolly. Taste her dish again. No bias. Anna retasted. These herbs, it's James Carter's style. Roberto nodded, serious. Balanced. Complex simplicity. Richard refused. Votes tallied. Amelia won, 2-1. The crowd clapped, confused. Backstage, Amelia found Andrew. Thanks, she whispered. But you didn't have to. I did. That was a disgrace. You won. Because, despite everything, you cooked something extraordinary. A tear fell. Would my dad be proud? He already is. Commenters, drop mango if you're still here. Back to it. A gray morning greeted Andrew at his office. A storm brewing outside. His desk overflowed with James Carter's case files, lab reports, witness statements, old news clips. His phone buzzed nonstop. Shareholders fumed since his star chef stunt. Julian entered with a red folder. "Sir, we found something. The lab that ran the toxicology tests shut down 2 years ago, but we accessed their files. The original samples from the poisoned diners? Gone." Andrew's eyes narrowed. Convenient. More. Lead investigator, Detective Harper, requested a transfer a week after James's death. Bought a beach house in Miami. Never came back. Andrew stood. Bribed. And the judge? Richard Larson's second cousin. Andrew slammed the desk. "Find Harper. Bring him here. That'll cost. Do it." The intercom buzzed. "Mr. Navarro, the board's waiting." He straightened his tie, grabbed the files, and marched to face the music. Meanwhile, Amelia hurried through Pike Place Market, hood up. Since the show, strangers recognized her. Some cheered, others hissed, "Poisoner's kid." Her phone pinged. Andrew. "Board meeting. I'll update you. Stay sharp." She smiled despite herself. In weeks, he'd become her rock, their bond undefined but real. At a coffee shop, she ordered a latte and opened her laptop, accessing Navarro tech files Andrew shared. She wanted to help. An older woman at the next table leaned over. "You're her, right? I knew your dad. Regular at Emerald Bistro. Never bought that poisoning story. James wasn't the type." Amelia's throat tightened. "Thank you." "Watch out for the Larsons," the woman whispered. "They crush anyone who threatens their empire." She left abruptly. Amelia dug into Emerald Bistro's financials. Under James, profits tripled. Weeks before the incident, he'd rejected Richard's partnership offer. "Money," she muttered. A news alert flashed. Navarro Tech Board suspends CEO Andrew Navarro amid Carter scandal. Her stomach sank. He was risking everything for her. In the boardroom, tension crackled. Edward spoke. "This meeting addresses CEO Andrew Navarro's conduct, which has damaged our reputation and cost us financially." Murmurs agreed. Since his involvement with Amelia Carter, we've lost 3 global contracts. Stocks dropped 7%, and the media questions his judgment. Andrew stayed calm. "I understand your concerns, but this goes beyond numbers." He spread the red folder's contents. James Carter's case is riddled with holes. Missing evidence, shady connections. We believe Richard Larson orchestrated it. "Absurd," a board member snapped. "Richard's a respected investor." "And one of ours," another added. Andrew pressed on. The judge was Richard's cousin. The lead detective fled with mystery cash. Tox samples vanished. Richard's been eyeing Navarro Tech for years. Amelia's scandal is his excuse to push me out. Silence. Edward shifted. "We need hard proof, not theories." "Give me 2 weeks," Andrew said. "No evidence, I resign." Yet after debate, the board agreed to delay the vote. In the hall, Julian whispered, "We found Harper. He's in Miami, new name. Book the jet. We leave tomorrow." Julian hesitated. Also, Amelia might be in danger. Social media threats, and our sources say Richard hired someone to scare her. Andrew dialed her. Urgent. "Pick up." No answer. "Find her, now." Amelia left the coffee shop, papers stuffed in her bag, feeling watched. The sky darkened, streets empty. Footsteps trailed her. She sped up. They matched. A black SUV cut her off. A masked man jumped out. "Murderer's kid!" Another grabbed her from behind. "The Larsons say hi." She swung her bag, struggling. "Help!" A car screeched. Andrew, with 2 guards. "Let her go!" he bellowed. The men froze. Amelia kneed one, broke free, ran to Andrew. The attackers fled. Shaking, she clung to him. "You okay?" he asked, checking her. "Just scared." He cupped her face. "This is just the start. They're desperate. The board gave us 2 weeks. I'm flying to Miami tomorrow. The detective who arrested your dad's there." Her eyes lit up. "I'm coming. It's risky. Riskier staying. He smiled faintly. Rain fell. Their eyes locked, and he kissed her, slow, questioning. She kissed back, a clear yes. Breathless, they parted. "We gotta move," he whispered. "Not safe here." Across the street, someone snapped photos. 3 days passed. No word from Andrew in Miami chasing Detective Harper. Amelia, holed up in a secure Navarro Tech safe house, felt caged despite the luxury. Curtains stayed shut, guards at the door. News churned lies. Andrew missing, Navarro Tech unstable. Ethan showed her live footage. Reporters swarmed headquarters. Andrew Navarro missing 72 hours after a Europe trip, the anchor said. Richard appeared, crocodile tears. Sad to see a strong company falter over poor choices. "I warned about the Carters," Amelia seethed. "Liar! He knows what happened." Her phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. "Amelia, it's me." Andrew, voice crackly. "Don't talk. Listen. Found Harper. He confessed. Richard paid him to frame your dad. I'm coming back with proof." The call cut. She tried redialing. Nothing. At 4:37 a.m., a news alert. Navarro jet lands in Seattle. Exhausted, Amelia dozed off. At 8, pounding woke her. Ethan sobbed. "Turn on the TV." Mary stared, hands over mouth. An ambulance outside Navarro Tech. Andrew on a stretcher. CEO attacked in office. Critical condition. Amelia dressed, frantic. "I'm going to the hospital." "It's dangerous," Mary pleaded. "He risked everything for me." Julian called. "Don't go. Too many reporters. He's stable. Broken ribs. Concussion. Arm wound. Richard found out he had proof. Sent someone." "Who?" "Prosegard saved him." Julian paused. "He left something for you? Meet me at the company warehouse 30 minutes. Bring ID." The gray, unmarked warehouse sat in an industrial zone. Julian rushed her to a back office. On a table, a black folder and USB. Andrew said, "This is yours if anything happened." Inside, a signed confession from Harper. Richard paid $2 million to plant evidence, fake samples, rush the trial. "My God," Amelia whispered. "This clears Dad." The USB held Andrew's talk with Harper. Richard framed James to kill his rival restaurant plans. Why attack Andrew now? Richard knew he had this, tried to stop him. Amelia gripped the folder. "Police?" "Done. And the press. Andrew planned it all." Her phone buzzed. Leaked confession video. Headlines exploded. Richard Larson, accused of conspiracy. James Carter, innocent. Justice for Seattle chef. Or, at the hospital, Amelia slipped in via a back entrance. Andrew lay in a private room, battered but alive. She took his hand. "You did it," she whispered. "You cleared him." He smiled weakly. "National cooking contest," he rasped. "I entered you. Richard's the sponsor. Go. Show them who you are." His eyes closed, spent. Her phone pinged, an anonymous text. "Congrats, Ms. Carter, but it's not over. See you at the finals. Let's see if you cook as well as your dad before I ruin you like him." "Richard." She stroked Andrew's face. "I'm going," she vowed. "For you, Dad, all of us." Outside, cameras blinded her. "Miss Carter, thoughts on the Larson evidence? Going to the national contest?" She faced them, steady. "My father, James Carter, was framed. Today, his name is clear. And yes, I'm competing. Tell Richard I'll be there, ready to prove my father's legacy lives." She climbed into the car, fearless. The final battle was on. If this story hit you, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Rate it 0 to 10. See you soon.